And here we go. Zombie, 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 boob, zombie, 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 zombie. It seems that for every regular comic on the shelf today, you find one zombie comic. The zombie apocalypse is a common backdrop for a lot of stories. I think it's because most people have a fantasy of hitting their neighbor in the face with a shovel. The comic I'll be reviewing today, Rags, is set in the same sort of zombie apocalypse backdrop, but is a completely different kind of comic. Written by Brian Ball, who co-created the comic with Trent Luther, and artwork by Luigi Terrule. Rags is the story of Corporal Regina Rogowski, a former Marine left naked and fighting against zombies. From the beginning, we can see that Corporal Rogowski is no Mary Sue. Corporal Rogowski is extremely troubled, and it's clear that she has severe problems with her interpersonal skills. Before I get too far into the story, I want to go over this cover real quick. If you notice in the background, you see all the zombies, and they're all in gray. The whole background is gray, because the story itself focuses more on Corporal Rogowski than it does on the whole zombie apocalypse background. If you look at the very top, the brightest thing your eye is going to focus on behind the gray is the name Rags. That's your bright reds, your bright oranges. Coming down, you're going to see her hair is a sort of more muted orange, and then comes down to her, into her body. And you can see that's what shows that she's the focus of the story, and not the zombies themselves. At the beginning of the story, we find her naked and injured, and held at gunpoint by the locals, who aren't sure whether or not she's been bit. When she recovers, her one and only goal is to find a pair of pants, and maybe some more clothes to cover up. It's a task that turns out isn't as easy as it should be. The young boy who injured her comes over to try to help as she's looking for clothes, and also to apologize. She gives a major attitude, which is what she gives everybody. She takes his jacket, and then some of the other guys come in. One of them, I think, is the kid's grandfather, and she asks him what happened to all the clothes, to which he replies that the army has come in and taken all the clothes for refugees that they're holding up at the local military base. And she wants to know if she can get to the military base. And he explains that it's a little bit difficult. And the other place that they could possibly get pants for is the local mall, the MacGuffin Mall. But he also explains that that's a death trap as well, with the zombie hordes all everywhere. We found out later how she got naked and ended up in her situation. It mostly involves her and her fiancé having a fight. Rag seems to be showing a pattern of taking from those around her and then pushing everybody away. She tries to stay emotionally distant, even from her fiancé. I'm no psychologist, but to me, the kind of people that push other people away all the time are either defending themselves, they feel very defensive, or they're pushing people away because they feel like something about them puts that person in danger. Whether it's perception or whether it's real, one of these two things is part of her emotional and mental state. There is stuff in her past she hasn't really talked about. She's received an award from the military, which has shown some sort of bravery, which is uncommon for the job she had. This has probably led to some kind of PTSD, which eventually resulted in her getting out of the military, other than honorably discharged. It's this kind of personality that makes Rags seem very real. The dialogue is very realistic. There's a lot of cussing. This book is not for the kiddies, folks. So with a great story and great art, I really love the way that everything's very well drawn, and I love the way they do the color scheme here. It's mostly kind of a grayscale, and the kind of reds and oranges they've chosen to stand out. I've seen a couple of other books like this, and I don't know if I'd want every single book like this, but it really stands out, and I really like the way that's done. The team that's put this together also has a really good social media presence. I've talked with the writer or artist on Twitter at length about this book, and they're real passionate about it. I don't know about getting paper copies, but I know it's available online, and for the price you're paying, it's definitely well worth picking up. I'm Indie Dave. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook, and find me on Instagram. And y'all have a good day.
Please hang up and try again.